This is the XRP 1 month overview reading for the month of December 2023. It's currently October 20th, 2023, 7:38 p.m. Eastern Time. XRP at the time of this reading is currently 0.5178, or just over 50 cents USD. The shuffle file for the December XRP reading, which we're about to play for you here in the corner, was created on October 8th, 2023 at 10:36 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this file right here. So the overall theme and behavior for XRP in the month of December is a rally into key resistance on a multi-day scale, followed by a decline with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. Those spikes up, usually with the Strife Guard, they'll meet moving averages that are in bearish formation. The moving averages will act as resistance for those spikes up. And it's crossed with a brief peak and a brief opportunity at a peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple support levels. Behavior around the highest high. So we'll have it looks like we'll have at least some downward trend after the high. Like the high won't be at the end of the month. We'll see both movement into the high and movement down out of the high. Behavior around the lowest low for the month. We have a crest that will sell off from down to and through support, and we'll do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support near the low. So that U-shaped dip will really form that low. Now, before we get into the day-by-day chart behavior and time the highs and the lows to the day and talk about the best trades that we see, let's make sure everybody's aware the whole purpose of this channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. Imagine if all the energy being put into the stock market was then transmuted into goodwill, how much better the world would be. So we can do a little bit of that together, and we do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. It's the unwritten rule between the universe and people utilizing the information on this channel. 5% of the profits from every profitable trade should be donated here forward to one of these charities. Just click here and donate, and 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel here at one of these links as a form of thank you and showing gratitude mentality. That leaves you with 90% of the money. Make sure to spend that money out of love, and that keeps your conscience clear. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold. Neglect to follow through on those rules, my friends, and the universe will shut off the flow of abundance through this channel post haste. I promise you that. So we most likely have a highest high here on the first, second, or maybe both days. There's price swings on the second, so we might go from like a highest high into what'll be a lowest low thus far on the cusp of the first, second, and then in the midst of those price swings back to a highest high. Now on the third, we have sideways rotation and a sharp drop in that period of sideways rotation. Usually when you see the Queen of Discs, we revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity, and there's a day trade in there as well. So it may be that we're rotating sideways near the high on the third, and there's a sharp drop, and then we go back to highs or something along those lines. It's hard to say, but there's a day trade in there, so enough price change covered on the third in order to be able to make a good amount of money. There's a prominent trough for the month at the beginning of the day on the 4th. A lot of price change to the downside into that trough, and there's an important resistance level highlighted on the 4th as well, where volume and volatility will kind of flatten out. On the 3rd, we have 3 pokes through the same price level. It's probably the same resistance as the 4th, followed by a sharp drop through that from that 3rd poke down into another prominent trough for the month. On the 6th, we have an important range that's highlighted. Important range on like a multi-day scale is highlighted there, and it looks like it might be to the upside. Yeah, it's like a new high for the month there. And then on the 7th, we have a highest high correlation as well with more sideways rotation. There's a peak or crest there, probably a highest high on the cusp of the 7th, 8th, and then we decline pretty notably on the 8th into a significant low, or a lowest low thus far on the cusp of the 9th, 10th. But there's a lot of price swinging going on here. We go from like a high to a low to a high to a low here between like the 7th and the 8th. The real trade though is there on the 8th in the midst of that decline, opening up a long position. That decline probably goes into the 9th, but there's a move higher through key resistance, followed by a full retracement of that move back down. And I would say when we meet that move higher through that key resistance, which may very well be like the range that was here on the 6th, making this like a new high, I would close out of that long position and probably open up a short position there to close the following day at a lowest low thus far on the 10th or 11th. Before we go any further, let's take a look and see how we are doing for October thus far. I think we're doing pretty solid here, guys, with this reading. So now the XRP October reading was created, shuffle file, we conducted the reading here on August 1st, 2023 at 2:12 p.m. Eastern Time. In any case, it was made all the way back in August 1st. We had a highest high here around the 5th, 6th, and it looks like we ended up being off by just one day. We have a highest high here on the 4th. Second is closest to highest high here on the 5th, so it's not that we were far off. And we did have 2 highs, you could see that as well. There was 2 days, or I mean not 2 highs, but 2 days with a high. You can see there was 2 days with a high. So sometimes it's plus or minus a day as far as timing, but the sequence of events is always very accurate. Then we get into lowest low here on the 12th. It looks like I left that out. That's my error, but it's there. I have a lowest low on the 21st, and you can see right here, this is the lowest low intraday. Well, it's probably off by a day, and that was the lowest low there. There was a lowest low there. There was a lowest low on the 11th, which we missed. And then we go back into a prominent peak, which, let's see, here on the 16th, we had a prominent ace of discs, significant move, a lot of price change. That's what we talk about with an ace. And then we have a notable move higher here on the 19th to reach a peak or crest. Okay, so you know what, guys? We're gonna have a reversal, and we're gonna end up in a lowest low here on the 21st, 22nd. I think we're gonna go right back down. Is my sense. But this is a really accurate reading, guys. This is a very accurate reading. We're off by a day on the high. We missed one low. I give it like a low 90s. It's not my best, but it's pretty solid, especially considering it was done on August 1st. So that's basically the type of information that you get through the paid version, right? Like people were advised to open up a part of a short position here and part of a short position here on the 5th, 6th, and if you did that, you would have been good to close that short position in a lot of places, guys. But you could say on the 13th at that prominent trough, boom. That would have been a really, really great trade, guys. And that's the type of stuff that you get in the paid version, as well as any information that's relevant on a 1-year chart standpoint, and any information that's relevant on like a multi-year chart standpoint, any price level information that we might extrapolate, which we don't always, but sometimes that we do, and that'd be in the paid version as well. The way that you get the paid version, guys, it's a really great way to support the channel. You do so here on the Our Services tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. I know the names of everybody that does this, that subscribes to the paid monthly, because they're the core foundation of the financial support for this channel, providing what's necessary for us to put out the content that we put out. So you go to the resources, the Our Services, that's what I'm going to post. You can subscribe individually to any one of these crypto or ticker symbols, right? XRP's down here, or you can subscribe for all of them to get the paid version of all of them. The all paid also includes, or the paid version of the Amazon and Google. And thank you to all those of you that go ahead and do that. As always, make sure to follow the rule of karma. You know where to go, you know what to do. I'll see you guys on the next one.